that was obviously a good push from the kind of algorithm. And then I changed my name the next day. It just stopped. There was no push. I hit a brick wall, and I had big problems with reach, and it's so yeah. If anyone's listening to that on Facebook, trying to avoid changing your name, make the right decision when you create your page.
Welcome back, everybody, to another RSG podcast. My name's Alb. I'm going to be your host today, and as a guest, we have the one and only KBurnett, also known as KB. Brother, how's it going?
Not bad yourself, my man. How's it going?
Not too bad. Feeling good, actually. I'm having an amazing day, so like vibes are high. I'm excited to do this podcast with you. How you feeling today?
I'm good. You know something? I had a nice warm bath there to kind of ease the stress. Playing Warzone all day, So yeah, very good. I'm feeling quite relaxed. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. You got the bubble bath going or what?
You're damn straight, bro. Flooded the bathroom, bro. Flooded the bathroom.
Mess for the wife to clean up later.
Yeah, that's it. Just lay a towel on it and forget about it.
I love that. So for anyone listening or watching right now, I'm gonna call him KB. All right, it's KBurnett. If you're looking him up on his socials and stuff, but he's KB. That's what I always called you, so we're just gonna run with that. He's been a streamer on RSG on our content creation team now for 2 months. I think it's like ever. A little bit more than 2 months, like a week longer.
Yeah, a little bit
something.
More than that. I think a little bit more than that. Yeah.
So just over 2 months, he's been on the team. Love having you on here, man. Your intro video, your welcome video, was an absolute banger, bro.
Yeah, that man Reid works magic.
Dude, insane.
He's incredible. It was good, man. I really enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, man.
I really enjoyed watching it.
He just took those clips, man, and I love it. It's one of my favorite to date for sure.
A few people have said that as well, and honestly, it was a work of art. It was really, really good. Funny as well at the same time. So
yeah, he did a good job of mixing your personality in there.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he just kind of he watched the stream. He was like, right, this is what the kind of guy he is, and then he did that, and he did a great job. Reid's amazing, man. He's an incredible guy.
Yeah, he did. Man, he kills everyone. Like I'm a good firm believer in Reid's abilities, and it's just so much him as it is you, though, with the clips, with the plays, with those snipes, man, the content you bring, absolute banger.
Yep. Brilliant, just all fit into place.
Yeah, for sure. But we love having you on here, man. We're excited to see what this year is gonna bring. I see big things, man. Big things coming down, down the pipeline. But just tell us a little bit about you, KB. Tell everyone listening or watching right now, like, give them your personal background, where you're from, just life events, any schooling and stuff like that.
Yep, of course. So I reside in Scotland, okay, the land of tropical weather. Jokes, it rains here all the time. So yeah, but I originally I was born in Scotland, but I was actually raised in Newfoundland. So I was raised in Newfoundland, in Canada, where obviously you are from. Amazing place to live. I would go back there in a heartbeat. And yeah, we were over there. My family was heavily involved with the Royal Air Force, so that's why they were over there. And eventually we moved back here. I stayed there for about, I think it was 5 or 6 years. Came back over here, and I went to school down near London, moved up to Scotland, and I actually began. I wasn't a big fan of school, to be quite honest with you, and that's when I did the majority of my gaming. That was when I was in school, and that was like early kind of, well, you guys call it high school, secondary school. That's what we call it here.
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of did my gaming, but then I stopped. Like, I completely stopped gaming, and there was a big 5-6 year gap in there. Obviously up until when I was in school, and I eventually came on to go into fixing trucks. Did that, hated it. So everyone always told me I'd be a good car salesman. So I became a car salesman, and I was really good at it. I was like my forte. I was really good at it. Nailed it for 3 years. Made some money. But it was when I was selling cars. Obviously lockdown happened, didn't it? So lockdown kind of made me get into gaming again. Obviously boredom, complete and utter boredom. Started playing Warzone. Ended up starting playing with my friend in America, And it was him that actually said, you need to start streaming. I was like, oh, okay, I'm doing it. Bought a 200 quid PC and started streaming on my PS4. And yeah, grew a community that I was ended up. I mean, about 5 months in, ended up going full time with it. So yeah, here I am today, a full time streamer, and I absolutely love it. I wouldn't do anything else in the world, genuinely.
Love that, man. It's good that you you love what you do. I think that's a big thing.
It's not a job. It's not a job when you love what you do.
It's true, man.
Just living, bro.
You just get up, slay, and then go on about your day, and you're good.
Go to bed, rage a little sometimes. That's part of gaming, isn't it?
I think that's like when you pick up a system or like a Call of Duty game anywhere, it should come with a disclaimer: will rage.
Yeah. I know, and you know what? It's coming back to after that huge big gap of not gaming for that whole time when I was working in different jobs. I just didn't do any. I didn't even do like a little session every night. I just didn't game at all. And then when lockdown came and started it, and I was like, oh, I absolutely love like this game. It was Warzone. I absolutely fell in love with it. And yeah, I don't think if Warzone was about, I would have ended up streaming and doing this as a full-time job. So definitely that game has a lot of where I am today and why I'm doing what I'm doing now.
That's awesome. A lot of timing happening there.
Yeah, it's everything pieces together. I'm a very strong believer that everything happens for a reason. So
yeah,
yeah.
I am too, to be honest with you. I always say like, one door closes, another one opens, type of thing.
That's it.
And you just got to be willing to open it. You know what I mean? You got to get up and open it.
Exactly. You got to take risks as well. Yep. Like obviously going from I hadn't been streaming long. I did not have a big following when I went full time. And everyone was like, no, don't do it. You're silly. You're not gonna make money and make enough money to pay the bills and gaming and that. And usually I would take advice up here. And I was like, you know what, screw that. I'm taking a risk. This is the risk that I want to take in my life. I mean, I'm not gonna be 20 odd years old forever. So did it, and I swear I would never look back. The only regret I have is not starting streaming sooner or gaming again sooner.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to be 16 again and I'll start streaming now. You know what I mean? Because it would be different nowadays. But it's a grind, and we're here, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
I love that, man. I'm right there with you. Like, the COVID lockdown thing that had a big part to play in RSG and where it's at today as well, because I was grinding like 3 jobs. Wasn't like RSG was made as a like live LAN event thing first, right? Like we were just hosting.
You told me about this before, I think. Yeah,
like we would just host live LAN events, man. We didn't have any content creators on the team. It wasn't about the online thing. We didn't even have a website, you know what I mean? It was just a Facebook page.
Okay, it was just an event kind of thing,
Yeah, strictly. And then we couldn't produce tournaments fast enough for people's liking, so I made a website and we used to host tournaments. People pay through the website. We host tournaments. Call of Duty, Fortnite scene, NHL, and then it just COVID happened, and I was like, man, what am I gonna do? Like, we can't hold any events now. I kind of have a passion for this, so like, I'd say for like the first 3 months, I was like, I'm gonna restructure it. I'm gonna get a new website. I'm just gonna like put a bunch of effort and time into this, and like I got a professional website now, and everything's coming together.
Oh yeah, that website's very very. That's the thing. You've got to when coronavirus came. Everyone had to adapt.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you've done. You've adapted and you've made it into something great, which I'm glad to be a part of. So
love that, man. We love having you on the team, dude. You're
great,
your content, man, is amazing. Like we love it. It's great. You're funny.
I'm just a little crazy, sometimes. But
when you had that that dress on or whatever it was the other day, and you did the spin on the chair.
Yeah. Here, listen, that's it. Listen. It takes a bit to get the dress out, but sometimes it comes out, But I'm looking at other costumes as well. I'm wanting to keep in the arsenal, for moments like that, when you're just full of beans and you just want to get up in the chair and spin around in a dress, because everyone gets that feeling,
Yeah, so. I love it, man. That honestly, you're hilarious, man. You're cracked at the game. It's just like you got great content, man. I love it. I love that you're pushing it, and love having you part of the team, man. I'm excited. Can't wait to see your feature when we make it. It's gonna be amazing.
I know. Yeah, I can't wait either.
I'm always like waiting to see like. Every week, what video comes out.
I've had such a weird period, like obviously with kind of Warzone just now and how it is just now, like with the map. I've struggled to create the same kind of content that was Verdansk, you know, with the Caldera and that.
Yeah.
So that's why I've not had much clips or that to kind of do stuff with. I'm struggling for like saved content, if you know what I mean. Like the live stream's different, but doing stuff after is yet another thing, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man, it's such a big deal though. Like offline content, can't stress enough. I tell everybody, it's like it is the number one thing in content
That's
creation.
it. And people don't understand like it's really really funny. Like I mean, I go no see where I'm from. Like obviously in like Canada and America, gaming's quite big. Like streaming's quite a big thing. Like so, but see over here where I am, so there's pretty much on the kind of scale that I do it. There's not really anyone kind of local that does it as a full time job, and north to the top of Scotland, I don't think there's anyone else that does like streaming as a full time job. You know, so when I like
Okay.
see people that I'm with, they're like, "Oh, listen, all you do is sit down and play video games." It's not it. You know, they don't go and understand like the stress of worrying about certain insights that you've got. You know, the growth of the page. You need to do so much stuff behind the scenes as well, like you're talking about like post videos and all that, do a lot of editing and that, which is something that I'm currently getting into right now and kind of focusing on. You know, people don't understand that, and it's not an easy job streaming. I would 100%, if anyone said streaming was easy, yeah, I know they'd be lying. It's not.
Dude, it's I think it's one of the hardest things to do.
Mentally, it's draining.
It
It's
is.
very very tiring. You know, the rewards are worth it, you know, if you do it right. But the one thing I've really really learned, and I can get myself negged out quite a lot, you know, I can be quite negative sometimes, and I've tried to get myself out that my, you know, like you rage on a game, you know, but to really neg yourself out on a stream, and you know, nobody wants to watch that, so you've got to really think about that. You know, you can go in a huff if you want, but you always need to try and stay up on that pedestal to
Yeah.
keep people watching, keep people there, you know, because people will keep coming back if you're a happy person. So I try and keep that face on, you know, but sometimes it is stressful. Like honestly, really is when you've got issues that are going on behind the scenes, like not with like issues in life, but I mean like with like platforms, games, and all that. It's hard. It's hard. It really is.
It's man, the people. I think the people who say that it's easy, or like you know what you're saying, you're just playing a game.
Lies.
They, right? Like they've never sat there and hit that go live button. I guarantee it for one. And like it's like you could be like, yo, I had 50 people watching me today, and they'd be like, oh, only 50 people? That's not a lot. I'd be like, man, you try to get 50 people to watch you do anything.
Like yeah, everyone's like, oh, how many views do you get? And you're like, I mean, I'll even set about 40, 50. You know, one day you can maybe have 300.
Yeah.
You know, if you're lucky enough to get a little bit of algorithm sometimes. Well, someone of my level, that would be a really good bit of luck, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, everyone, oh, well, it's all right. It takes a lot to just, you can't just go live and start streaming and get that kind of viewers. You need to work for it and put in the hours and grind and yeah. So it's yeah. Every viewer that's in the chat, I try not to look at that. I'm very focused and chat orientated. If my chat's popping and continues to, I won't stop streaming. You know, if it quietens down, you know, it gets a bit quiet. I'm like, right, okay, I'm going to cut the stream and then we'll regain again tomorrow, you know. But
Yeah.
if chat kept going, I don't think I would ever stop. That's the God honest truth.
I love that.
I don't think I ever could stop.
You're a grinder, man. You're a demon. You're all about.
That's
I mean, you the nights you used to go on Rue streams, like whenever you do that. I mean, you're streaming in the morning, streaming in the evening, and then dude, what time is it? Like 3, 4 a.m. by the time you're done.
There's a couple of times I was in Rubet and I was like really tired.
Yeah, man,
but I was
hard.
still, you know, it's still vibing, you know, and I still want to get involved in that. It's just recently I've been kind of all over the place. There's a few bits going on with like my dog injured herself and all that, so I had to keep an eye on her, and as well as that, just the problems with Facebook and the game. You know, I've not really been. I've been asked to play in a few tournaments and I've not done it because I'm not feeling like I'm on that level, you know, the level head to play in a tournament. You know, I'm just not confident in the game as well at the moment. To be honest, I'm not very confident in myself playing the game just now. So it's hard, you know, and I'd love to branch out to other games, you know, like play something else, but it's hard because Facebook's not really a multi-game platform.
No.
You know, you build up a certain reach on a certain game, you grind a game, and as soon as you start chopping and changing games, that's when you start to take a dip and stuff starts to go a little bit down, view wise, reach wise, and all that. So it's hard to switch about games and try different things while you're streaming. Do you know what I mean? You could obviously do these things off stream and test games out, but at the end of the day, if I'm not streaming, I'm not making money, and it's my full time job. So
Right.
when I'm gaming, I'm streaming. I'm never gaming off stream. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I'm always trying to create content. So whenever I'm gaming, I'm live. I'm live. So it's not a case of doing tests of that off stream. You know?
Yeah, 100%. I think
Mhm.
that what a lot of people do anyways would be a good option is if you just made a Twitch account and been like, hey guys, I'm going to be streaming
Yep.
this game over on Twitch, and explain to your community like, hey guys, the reason why I'm doing this is because Facebook would actually hurt me if I stream a different game and I want to give it a try. If you want to come, check it out, you're more than welcome. And
Yeah.
absolute worst case is you're growing a little bit of viewers on Twitch as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's it. I have seen a lot of people do that. I know, Lady Geek. I know I don't know if you ever heard of Lady Geek.
Yeah.
Lady Geek is yeah. So I know she does a MasterChef stream on Twitch. So she like cooks on Twitch, like, and then she plays Warzone on Facebook, which I find very, very interesting. I think that's a really good way to do things, you know. And,
Most people have
and it
both.
saves changing. It saves changing. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Changing games on a platform, and I mean, I have no idea what, like, say, Twitch is like. I have no idea. I don't even know how it works. I don't know how to use them. Send bitties. Are they bitties? Are they called bitties?
Yeah, bits.
I have no idea how they work or that, or the tier 1 subs and all that. I have no idea. But like, it's if you've got an understanding of both platforms, you can work it like that. I find that very, very impressive.
Yeah, 100%. Twitch is pretty easy, man. It wouldn't take you long to figure it out.
Really?
If you wanted to jump into it, just check it out. Anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
You might find what you're looking for. A lot of people have like that are on Facebook also have Twitch, and it's harder to grow like strictly on Twitch. But if you're doing the offline thing, you will get followers. You know what I mean? Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. If you're posting,
so can you do that stuff on? So see on like Twitch, can you like post like videos and that?
So you can't. You can like save clips throughout your stream on Twitch, but it's not like a posting platform. But that's where you would
like
use
a social platform.
No,
it's just a streaming platform.
Exactly.
Strictly, yeah.
So that's like where you would use Twitter and Facebook to post.
Yeah. Of course.
And that's how big Twitch streamers are big on Twitter. Twitter is like the hub of esports right now.
I didn't realize this until very recently, and I really had no idea. And it was actually one of my good friends. He stays near me. He is a Twitch streamer, and he does a lot of stuff like he does a lot of stuff like gambling streams, like the slots and all that.
Yeah.
And he told me, he was like, you need to get on Twitter. Like, Twitter's where it's at for gaming. Like, that is where people talk the talk and share stuff. And I couldn't believe it when I made a Twitch. I'd made a Twitter account. Sorry, I think it must have been a few months ago. And honestly, I couldn't believe it, like how active people were in it continuously, and all the big streamers are always posting. Even when they're live, they're tweeting stuff and that, and it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy how active people are on Twitter,
Yeah, even like esports organizations, like your phases and your you got your 100 Thieves, like that's where they all interact. And like Call of Duty CDL League, like that's where they post everything.
Yep.
Even, like you said, Rubet, like even Rubet posts updates to Twitter. Like if anything happens on Rubet, it goes right to Twitter. Everything is like Twitter. It's just driven there.
It's crazy.
It's a good platform to grow on. I mean, if you are big on Twitter, you can be big on wherever you choose to be.
Yeah, because if you tweet something, you know what I mean, the tweet goes out there. It's one of these things, you could just, it takes one thing you tweet, and it's the same with every really social media. It takes one thing to do, and then if it gets shared and hits a little bit of value and they get pushed out there, it's crazy what like you can blow up from like one video, which blows my mind.
You do one TikTok and become famous, man.
Crazy, man. It really is crazy. Like I was out with I post some TikTok clips. I don't do it very often. I've got a few hundred followers in it. I don't really focus on posting too much. But I was out with my friends the other night, and I came out of the shop carrying. I had a few drinks. I had a few drinks, Albo. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? So I went into the shop, and we were all waiting in the taxi. And I went in and bought, we call them marigolds. The gloves for doing the dishes.
Yeah.
For some reason, I bought a pair of them, stuck them on, came out with the beers in my hand. And someone got a video of me saying, I was like, what? It's going to be a messy night. I put it on TikTok. 16,000 views the next day.
Wow.
I was like, just from that.
Insane.
And it's like, and I'm getting a few hundred views on Warzone videos. It's crazy. You just don't know. I'm just using it as an example because you just don't know.
Yep.
What you could post anything and it would just blow up, and it would, yeah, it's crazy.
It's literally whatever catches someone's eye. You know what I mean?
That's it, exactly. As soon as one person shares it, and then a few more people share it, it's crazy.
Yeah, you get a bit of algo, and away it goes.
That's it.
I think you know, if you keep doing what you're doing, man, your time's coming for that, and I can't wait to see that, man. Like you got really good content, and it's gonna get noticed soon. You know, no doubt about it.
Yeah, hopefully, bro. But listen, I'm happy where I'm at now. You know, I just
love that.
But obviously, I want to grow.
Of course, yeah.
I'll grow the community. But I mean, it's not to say that I'm not happy with where I'm at now. I'm over the moon with the community that I've built and the people that come into my chat every day and you know, support me and, you know, keep the dream alive. I mean, I started on a PlayStation 4 and a £200 PC for streaming. And, you know, I mean, I'm sitting here, I've got, you know, all the gizmos, you know, and it's streaming that's paid for it, you know. Yep. I feel lucky. I feel lucky to have a community that supported me this much. And yeah.
Dude, your setup is fire.
I love it. I've spent a lot of time in it. I really have.
Yeah,
I
man.
really have, and you know, I'm kind of obsessive over it.
I love that.
Come in, I hoover this room every day.
Well, man, it's good to like appreciate something you put so much work and time and effort into.
Yeah. 100%.
At the end of the day, you can stand up. You know, no matter how bad the session was, you turn around, you look at it, and you be like,
I'm like, yeah,
you know,
this is a life.
I'm doing this.
It's a life. Yeah, it's a life.
For sure, man. I want to talk a little bit about Newfoundland. So obviously that's where RSG is based out of.
Yeah.
It's crazy how I didn't know that you were even here. You know what I mean? Never mind lived here, but you were even here when we were talking and stuff until you told me, and I was like, wow, no shot.
Yeah, because you were in my stream and you started watching. I know you started watching me.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, and then I think I wasn't talking directly to you, but people were asking me where I was from in chat. And I said something about Newfoundland, and you're like, "Whoa, we're based in Newfie."
Couldn't believe it.
Like, yeah, that's how it started. It's crazy.
So, like as always, I was doing my my little routine. Whenever you know there's interest there, I watch someone for like 2 months, make sure they're a good fit for RSG and all that good stuff. And you know, I was lurking in there, and I heard it like you said, and I was like, "No shot, man! This guy, he's like
fate, bro. Fate."
Yeah, I asked you right away. I'm like, "You're in Newfoundland?" You're like, "No, I used to be." And I was like, "Damn, that's crazy, bro."
Yeah, it's cool. It's a small world now when it comes to that, you know.
100%. So you said you were here what, 5 or 6 years? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I lived in Gander.
Yeah.
I actually remember the street name. I think it was Right Crescent or Avenue. I can't remember the thing, but it was right. It was WRIGHT. That was the first line of the address. I can't remember it, but I always remember all the. I mean, you mean Newfoundland snow? It's crazy. It's there's snow like it's like no other. Honestly, it's crazy. Honestly, I remember all the doors being on the top floor of the house.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, so all the kind of all the doors all the stairs kind of lead up to the second floor, and that's where the front door is. That was my street anyway. I always remember that. It was a good while ago, Albo, you know, but it's a place I'd always want to return to. 100%.
Dude, hopefully, you know, if things work out and everything, we'll get you over here, and you know, I think it'll be good. I know.
Well, I mean, I plan on next year. I do plan on buying a house at hopefully by the start of the next financial year, so April next year. I do hope to having a house by then, and then my plan is in the middle of next year. Kind of go, obviously, well, I mean, the majority of the people that I play with and spend kind of everyday gaming with are in America.
Yeah.
So I do plan doing a bit of hopping, and I'd love to stop by Newfoundland.
You have to.
I think I'd have to. I think I would.
I'm pretty sure you fly into here either way, so like you just have to.
Yeah. I mean, I have to. Yeah, so that is the plan, Albo. So that's what I'm hoping to do. Very, very short, very, very close into the future. You know.
That would be like a good trip.
Is buying a house. My main focus is buying a house. So that's where my head's at. And as soon as I bought my house, that's all I want to do. And then I can focus on doing other stuff. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna do all this stuff, and I'm starting to kind of branch out and kind of do I want to record everyday stuff that I do, and I want to record events in my life that I do, not just stuff with gaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Like vlogging.
exactly, that's the perfect word for it. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. So it'd be cool to do that, meet all the guys, meet everyone, and go over there. And yeah, I think it'd be a really cool thing to do.
That would be fire content, bro.
So
Just
good,
like,
so
so
good.
where would you go? Tell me where you would go.
Well, Ghost is in Michigan. I don't know if he would go to Michigan, but he was talking about meeting up like with other people, maybe down in Florida. Um, but I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We've not properly planned it. I know he had plans to come over here as well, but obviously coronavirus
Yeah.
that kind of all happened. So that was and it got worse eventually. So that got postponed. But I mean, we'll sit down and we'll make a game plan with it. But it's definitely happening. It's definitely happening. So I'll definitely have to make a stop in Newfoundland and go to the RSG headquarters.
Dude, it'll be a good time. I promise. We'll set it all
Yeah,
up.
I love that.
We got good nightlife here in the
I love
summertime.
that. I love that.
Yeah, man, I think it would be mad chill. Dario as well said he was like he wants to come up here and like see it all and all that stuff, right?
Because
He's in
is he
Florida right
Florida?
now. Yeah.
He's in Florida. I thought he was the palm tree man.
Yeah, yes, sir. The palm tree
I love
crew.
Tara. He's funny. He's got great energy. He's a really good guy.
He is, man, amazing people. I think everyone on RSG is amazing, but like
Oh yeah.
he's a great dude, a great person. He was actually
Being
supposed
an
to be here
RSG is
tonight.
yeah. I know. I remember you said. Yeah. But I mean, like being on RSG as well. Like I mean, I've started. Obviously, Unuzi's part of the team, and I remember we bumped into each other once in a game, and he came into my stream the next day, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't realize you were RSG," and he was like, "Oh, we'll get some games," and I was like, "Yeah." And now I play with him very frequently, so
Yeah.
I've met new people through RSG, and he is a player not to be messed with. He is a serious player in this game. He's
A demon.
he's a demon, an absolute demon. That's the only word for it. That's the
Dude,
only
both
word
of
for
you
it.
guys are demons, man. That's a duo I would not want to run into. Like you're looking
Yeah,
at a tournament bracket, I would not want to see you two.
Yeah, man. I enjoy playing with him. He's a really good guy as well, and obviously I played with Truly. Truly's obviously one of the newer members.
Yep.
I used to play with Truly frequently, but our schedules kind of coincide, so it's hard to get games with him now. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've met lots of lovely people. Mrs. RSG, obviously, she drops in the stream as well. And yeah, I love it. It's good being part of the family.
She keeps me up to date on most things when I'm busy and can't get
Yeah.
around to hop in the streams. Some days it's just meeting after me. Like today, I've been flat out all day. I've been barely in anyone's stream, but I could just go ask her. Like, I literally said, "Were you in KB stream today?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, anything like happened, you talk about it. She's like, servers are terrible. I was like, all right, we'll talk about the servers. You know what I mean?
So bad, so bad. But the thing is, it's only the EU service just now, and it's only at a certain time of night. Now I thought it was going crazy because I mean I've got when I went full time, I made sure I had the best kind of internet that I could get.
Yeah.
Because you need it. You're using a lot. You have to. It's top priority. You want to have that because if you can't stream, that's it. And you want the right speeds. And so I was like, I've got big problems with my internet. I was like, I've got big problems with it. But it's not. It is but it's only in the EU just now. It's very, very bad. Quite a lot. I mean, I did a 6-hour session yesterday, and every second game we got in was just lag. And that's another reason why I've not really been doing tournaments, because it's hard to play the game properly when it's doing that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it would only add to stress and all that, and I'd be disappointed in myself. So that's why I've tried to be focusing on content instead of entering tournaments, playing for money, and all that kind of stuff. Which again, in itself, is content.
Yep.
But I just feel like it's not the right time for me when it's like that. I wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I hop on American servers, with Ghost in the morning, and I'm like, this feels amazing. Like it feels better than my own servers, which is embarrassing. You know what I mean? I'm sitting on. It's crazy. It's crazy. Just now, it's I don't know how it's so bad in the EU, but yeah, it's really, really bad.
Do you get 100 ping on like North American servers?
Yeah, on Eastern I get around 100, 110.
Yeah.
There is a server that's right on the end that sometimes I get. Like, see when I play with Unuzi?
Yeah.
He always gives me, and I always get an 86 ping. 86. So
That'll be
86 is the
East.
best that I get.
Yeah. If you were playing with
Very,
me,
very
you'd be the
East
same
Coast.
one.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Dude, you know
And
what's crazy? You get
yeah,
like 80 ping on an East Coast server, and I get
yeah.
70.
That's crazy.
70 is the lowest I get, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, wild, eh?
That's how is that possible?
So
That's insane.
we're Newfoundland, obviously it's an island.
Yeah.
You know, it's not very big. The population's not so big. So they actually send our signal, I believe it's through Toronto, and then it goes to the East Coast.
Okay, so it's not like you go ping to a server, you
Yeah.
ping somewhere else then to us. I
Yeah.
see. I see. I see. I see. Yeah, it's but when I'm like, so when I'm on my own servers, I usually get 19, 23 ping average. But when you go, when you go to the start and the options menu, so like you've got your latency up there in your HUD menu when you're playing the game. But when you push start and options, you'll see server latency. So I could be on 23 ping, which is my internet, and then on the server latency, it's usually spikes to 100 when you've got a bad server in the UK, and
Okay.
you feel it. It's terrible. It's
Yeah.
like packet loss lag. It's not enjoyable, And when you keep dying at stupid stuff because of it, that's where half the stress comes from.
Well, I
At the end of the
mean,
day, it's just a game, but it's frustrating at the same time.
you could say it's just a game, bro, but it's your job, it's your livelihood.
Yeah,
You
it's
know, this is what put food on the table for you.
exactly,
So if you're
exactly.
going through those emotions, man, like that's
Yep,
hard. That's hard
yep.
to keep
That was
composure.
that was one thing I always kept in mind when, like, see when Verdansk was part of Warzone. Verdansk, I mean, we all had our complaints about Verdansk, hackers. It got a little bit boring after a while. We asked for a new map, and then we got Caldera. I
Yep.
mean, Verdansk is where like I grew my community. Yeah, that was my office every day. Verdansk, chatting about there with the boys every day. That was my grind city. I called it Grind City.
You had your office up top of Superstore.
Yeah, that's it. Superstore. Yep. Yep. Nah, I was camping in farmland. I was camping in farm. No, I'm sorry. Nah, but and then obviously this new map came. It's very different. I noticed, not just in myself, but in all streamers. Like when you look to other like big streamers, the quite established streamers like say Stone Mountain, Zealander, when Caldera came out for the first wee while, but no one really liked it. And no joke, I seen their. I mean, they used to have huge. They got a big dip in views, like
Yep.
big dip in views. Along with me, myself, obviously not as big a dip as them, but I noticed a dip in the views as well. It wasn't as exciting as the last map, and to be honest with you, I was walking around. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I'm lost because I'm not enjoying the game. I don't want to change games either. I don't want it to affect my page. Um, but yeah, this new update, the recent update's been a little bit of a blessing. It's changed it up a wee bit.
How do you feel
But
about
yeah,
the zip lines?
I love them.
Dude, so good, right?
It's completely changed the game. It really, really has.
I haven't
It's
got to play
completely
with
changed
it.
the game.
Oh man, I can only imagine. I haven't got to play with it personally, but just to have that mobility, man, where me and you Newsy were talking about it today.
Yeah.
You could literally, if you wanted to go from one side of like bottom peak to the other, it would take so long to run up that hill, man. And then,
Well, that's the thing. It's an easy way to cut out the whole running around the map thing. And that's
100%.
where people get bored of watching your content. Is when you're running through and all you see is trees.
Yep.
And that's it.
And then some
That's
dude
what
sitting in a
that's
bush.
what it cuts out. Yeah. Yeah, that's I was gonna go on to say you're getting mauled by someone in a bush. But that's what it cuts out. So I feel it adds a little bit more kind of adrenaline to the game and a little bit more excitement. And so yeah, I completely agree with him on that. I've said that since they came out. I love them. I think they're brilliant.
They are, man. You can get around the map like so fast
Yeah.
now. Literally.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. It really, really is crazy. And one thing I will say though is I don't know what they're doing with the Vanguard mode, not allowing people to buy UAVs. I don't know why they did that.
I'm not sure. You get them when you open crates now, though, right?
Is that what it is? But in the
Yeah.
Vanguard mode, you can't buy them.
No, you can't buy them.
You can't buy them. Yeah, I don't know why they did that, but it's and again it's crazy. I spent my first time today playing, the original Modern Warfare multiplayer.
Yeah.
I played that on stream for a few hours today, and I
Okay.
had so much fun. Just a little bit of search and destroy, like the old days.
The old days,
Before
bringing back
Warzone
the
came
memories.
about. Brilliant. So much fun, so much fun. A little bit different, but very, very enjoyable. Very, very
Refreshing, I
enjoyable.
bet.
Completely.
I mean, it has to be refreshing because it's so hard. Like you said, you're getting what kind of ping are you getting now? You're getting over 100, I guess, when your servers act up, right?
Yeah, that's every kind of second game roughly. But when you get a good lobby, you get a good lobby, and it's kind of a low ping, and you can feel it. You can feel you're like, oh, this is a
Yeah.
good lobby. This is a nice lobby, yeah. And majority of the time, it's a good lobby. But yeah, there is a lot of frequent bad servers going about in the EU just now. It's I don't know why. It was never that problem when Verdansk was about. It was only when Caldera came. At certain times of the day, it was just laggy lobby after a laggy lobby, you know. And I know I'm not the only one because I asked the boys to check theirs, and they're like, "Yeah, this is a bad server. We're on high ping," and it's just so frequent, you know. It's so
Yeah.
frequent.
I mean, it could be an influx of users at that time or
Yeah,
something,
exactly.
right?
100%, 100%. Which I totally, yeah, we've spoken about that before, and I do think that's it. But yeah, it's frustrating, you know.
Yeah.
Just want to play the game. You just want to play the game.
Yeah, and like you
Oh
said,
man.
if you were to switch games on Facebook, you'd get punished
Yeah.
for it. I mean,
That's the
you
thing. It's the little things that annoy me the most.
yeah,
You know,
man.
like something big could happen. I'm like, it is what it is. But you know, some of the wee things that drill you. It's like that. It's so frustrating. You know,
I mean, you just went
so
through it
frustrating.
with the name change, right?
Yeah, yeah. That was another thing actually. I noticed a huge drop because obviously I was KBurnett Gaming,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, there's no point in me having. I had that at the start, you know, because when I started my page, I didn't know what to expect, and I was like, oh, people need to know it's a gaming page, so I added that on at the end, and eventually when I kind of established myself, you know, and did that, and everyone kind of knew what I was doing, I was like, right, well, I'll just take the gaming out. Took the gaming out, and I didn't realize how much of an effect that would have on my page. At that moment in time, I was getting quite a big push from Facebook. You know, I was averaging about 250 to 300 viewers, like current views, and this was on the daily.
Yeah.
And you know, that was obviously a good push from the kind of algorithm. And then I changed my name the next day. It just stopped. There was no push. I hit a brick wall, and I had big problems with reach, and it's so yeah. If anyone's listening to that on Facebook, trying to avoid changing your name, make the right decision when you create your page.
Yeah, it's sad
Pick a
too
name that
because
sticks.
like you said, you were right in the middle of the algorithm, man. You were
Right in the
like
middle of it. I was
loving
loving it. It was
life. You know what I
amazing. We
mean?
were growing. We were growing daily.
Huge.
We're growing very big. And you
Yeah.
know what? In the future, I'm sure it'll get a big picture. You know, I'm focusing a lot on off-stream content, posting videos. So hopefully that increases the kind of rank in the algorithm again. You know, build it back up. But
Yeah.
I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier with where I am just now. So any push though is a blessing. So
Yeah, for sure. Well, I know for a fact, man, if you start doing the offline thing like you're doing, that will put you in algo. Like,
key to it. Yeah.
yeah, like I mean, you're partnered.
Mhm.
They'll get you in there when you start doing that. I know Newsy said he talked to his managing partner, I guess.
Yeah.
It's all with Facebook,
Yeah.
and same thing, with all what he's got going on, and offline content is where it's at. I think a couple other people are after telling me it. I think you mentioned it as well.
Mhm.
Huge, right? You just got to get those
Yeah, oh,
pods
yeah.
out there, those
That's
reels.
that's really how it is. Now the real program hasn't reached us yet. That's only I think in America just now.
So you can't post
Eh,
reels?
I can't post reels,
No
no.
shot, bro.
And no, I can't post reels. So I've strictly got to do my spoke to my partner manager. He's told me to strictly focus on doing 3 to 5 minute videos.
Okay.
That's what Facebook want you to do, and that's the kind of stuff that they'll push out.
Yeah.
Short clips are good, but that's what I'm saying. Like obviously, Facebook in America just now have reels going on, which I am dying to come over here. Like you know me, I like a funny clip, I like a kind of nasty clip, so like that kind of content would be really really easy for me to do. So doing longer videos just now when you've not got much editing background is quite hard. I am
Yeah.
learning, I've got a couple of videos at the ready, but it's taken me a long time to do them because I'm not very edity savvy. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, for sure. You want
yeah,
to
but
you
yeah,
want to hit
I
up
can't wait for
Grizzards,
the
bro.
reels. Can't wait for the reels. I really can't, and I hope they come to the UK soon. So
Yeah, I mean they have to, right?
yeah, I really really hope so. Hopefully, I'd imagine they will, but I think America gets most of the stuff first, and then it gets rolled out to other countries.
Yeah. You want to hit
You
up
were saying something about
yeah, hit up
Grizzards, yeah?
Grizzards, bro. He started editing geez, I want to say like 3 months ago, bro. And this man's editing skills, like when we finish this, go look at his TikTok and look at his latest videos, bro.
Look at it. Yeah, I've
dude,
seen a
he's
few of
doing
his
good.
videos on Facebook, but
Yeah, man.
I don't have him on TikTok.
Check it. Yeah, his Facebook too, man. He's doing like, I'm sure he posted the same ones there, but it's like talkovers. You know what I mean? So he's like talking about what's going on in the game. Like, hey guys, I'm going over here. This guy's there, like type of thing, and like tips and tricks and stuff. Man, they're amazing. Fire content, like worth checking it out.
Look at that, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I mean he's more than willing to help. I mean, he mentioned to me he's helping a couple of the boys.
He's a good guy,
dude. Amazing. Really guy. Again, going back to the RSG folks, man. Everyone's just an amazing person. You know what I mean?
Everyone's cool. Everyone's cool.
Dude,
everyone's good people.
The criteria for RSG is you got to be good people, man.
You got to be a good person.
Yeah, dude, that's what it's about.
I feel lucky, being a part of it. I must be a good person. So, I'm glad that's the criteria.
I love that, bro. Everyone's willing to help. That's a family thing about RSG, and
100%.
He would be able to show you some really cool stuff, and Reid as well. You know what I mean? The boys will definitely help you out. And
bro, Reid, honestly, Reid is he's a whole nother level of cool. Like honestly, he is. Like he's always in the stream. And he always said, and I said to him, I was like, yo, I'm doing some editing and that, and he was like, yo, just get me on Discord. I'll help you as much as I can. That he's such a cool guy. He's a very, very, very talented guy as well. Like honestly, I remember when I sent all my clips in to do the kind of welcome video, and I remember him showing. Do you remember he was showing me a preview on Discord? It was me, you, and him in Discord, and he showed me a preview. And I was like, my mouth was open. I was like, no way, bro. And he was so happy. He was like, I love that. But honestly, see, when it came out and I watched it, I just had a big smile on my face. He's very, very incredible at what he does.
Dude, I swear to God, every time he sends me an edit, like especially the montages, I get goosebumps watching them, bro. I'm just like, yo.
Honestly.
So right now we're he's done a couple. You guys got to check him out. Everyone listening and watching right now, on the RSG YouTube, there's like a team montage, absolute fire. He's gonna be doing another one right away. We're in the mix of getting all the clips in from everybody. So we're gonna make another one of those, dude, and those are next level.
Yeah,
insane.
Honestly, I can't wait to see that. You'd only just dropped that on me today that he was doing that, and I was like, oh, that sounds like a very, very interesting video,
I reached out to
all the same video,
Reach out to the whole team today, get some clips in, and we're gonna do it. It's worth a watch, man. The last one he did is my all-time favorite RSG video, but it's a showcase and display of the skill and talent in RSG. You know what I mean?
I know the name of the video already. Just demons.
Demons.
It's just it. That's it.
I love that, man. Yeah, he's gonna do some fire editing with that. I can't wait, man.
Yeah.
But the offline thing, bro, you're 100% right. And as you just keep going and watching YouTube and getting the boys to give you a hand and stuff, pushing 100%. That, man. We say it every podcast. Push offline content. It's huge.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember. You ever heard of Drew Dog?
Yep.
He's an Australian streamer. I remember he spoke about something on stream. He said that he grew more off stream than he did on stream.
Yep.
And it's so true, and I've always thought about that, and I've always wanted to edit. I remember the software I downloaded first. It was just too complicated. People were using it to make movies and that, and I was like, I just want something to create. What something a bit easier? So I found something that's a lot easier. I'm teaching myself every day with it. So yeah, it'll come, and I'm gonna start putting out videos every day. But that's what I'm focusing on, is the 3 to 5 minute videos. That's what I've been told to focus on. When Reels comes, that's a different story. I'm very, very excited to see when that comes to the UK. I know one of my friends, Kaney, he's another streamer. He can post Reels, but the program, he's in the UK as well. He can post them, so it must be starting to roll out to streamers in the UK.
Nice.
So that's one thing I'm really, really excited for.
Yeah, man, Reels are huge, and especially if they offer you that Reel program.
With the money, you get paid for it.
Yeah,
and it's
bro.
like, wow.
With everything that Facebook does wrong or has, not doing correctly, they hook the content creators up with money, which is not everything, obviously. Like, don't get me wrong. But they're trying to compensate for it, man. They're giving you guys, at one point it was $20 a sub on top, giving you all the money for the subs. They don't take any cut. than the bit part or star party. Sorry, extra $50
That
every star party, bro.
and as well as that, for streamers. I mean, I didn't get this program, but I think for certain streamers, they were given people so say like star bonuses. So if you made $750 worth of stars, they would give you $750.
No way.
So it
On
would
top,
double your money.
double.
It would double your money, and that is unbelievable. So what they would do, they would do it in stages. Now, I didn't get. I think it's only a few other streamers that I know got it, and so like say the first stage would be earn $250 worth of stars. We'll double that. Then the next one, and it's $500. We'll get you $500, and I think the top one was 750. So you get all that money, and they just double your money.
Crazy.
It's crazy, That's one thing I will say. Facebook pays,
yeah.
But at the same, it has its issues, But they are trying. I think it's very fresh. Obviously, it's a complete social media platform. It's not dedicated to streaming.
Right.
So working around everything. Obviously, there's some issues that do need to be sorted, but that's I don't know much about the stuff that's going on with Facebook just now. It has its problems, but I've grown to be a streamer, a full-time streamer on it,
Yeah.
I've got my complaints about it, but I'm forever thankful that I'm partnered and they've kind of looked after me,
Dude, there's so many people who don't think that way, but I'm glad you do. And like Unuzi, same thing, right? With all the issues he's having. When I was talking to him earlier, he was just like, man, they're gonna work it out, right? They're gonna work it out.
That's the thing, mate, and that's why I'm like, everyone's like, oh, posting, I'm gonna make a Twitch account, do all this and that. I'm not just, I'm just, I've got full faith in Facebook. There's some stuff going on behind the scenes, obviously, and there was with that whole thing before with them, and it's where I've been. I think it's where I'm gonna stay. I love Facebook. And
yeah, for sure.
I love the setup. I love the platform. I love how easy it is to share. I mean, like, if I was on Twitch, my mom would never know how to watch me. I mean, she just wouldn't know. Now she can just scroll along, go on my page, and be like, right, okay, click that, like it for them, and all that. She wouldn't know how to send a bitty or a, or you know what I mean? Or so yeah. Facebook for me is the place to be. Yeah, and I know that.
Sure.
And I've had my complaints. I'll put my hand up, but like Yunusi says, I feel like they're gonna sort it out. I feel like they really are.
I mean, they're so deep into like the esports and the streaming and gaming aspect, anyways, that it would be foolish not to fix it. You know what I mean? And I think they are. Like, I think they're.
Yeah.
It's like for every good thing they do, a couple bad things happen, and those bad things are just piling up because they're not getting fixed. But I think once they're fixed, man, like once Facebook is a fully functional working outfit, there's nothing gonna touch it.
Oh yeah, it's. I think it's gonna be the one of the best places in the world to stream. Anyway, I really do.
100%. And I mean, right now it is one of the best places in the world to stream. I mean, especially for like content creators who are not obviously pulling thousands of viewers and stuff like that. It's so good for them with the bonuses they have, the incentives they have.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
I feel like that's incredible. And I remember seeing a couple of streamers. I'm not gonna mention any names, but I've seen a couple of streamers posting regarding saying, "Oh, I'm down bad. I feel like I'm not getting anywhere." And I remember watching them and seeing them say, the star party bonus come out. They're gonna double my stars, and I remember it brought a whole different atmosphere to their stream.
Yeah,
they had something to work towards. It was a goal, and yeah, I feel like that was a really good thing that they did.
Yeah, it helps,
it was
man.
a really, really good thing.
Everyone's trying their best, and like with the problems, it kind of limits people to income and reach and all that stuff. So giving them those little bonuses, they're kind of like, all right, sorry that your reach wasn't where it was supposed to be this month, but here's an extra $750 to make up for the money you lost, right?
Yeah, and the bonuses they've had recently have been fantastic.
Yeah,
like really, really good. I mean, there can be delays, but at the end of the day, it's you're gonna get it. So it's I'm happy with where I'm at, Albo. And I'm gonna continue to try and grow on Facebook. So
love that.
I'm happy to be here.
And I mean, I love seeing you stream. So no matter where you are, I'm gonna be there. But it's good, you got your community made now, and you got a strong community. They know you're on Facebook. They know where to go look for you. So it's amazing, right? Just wait it out until it comes 100%. Around, and good things will happen. I'm a firm believer.
Yep, 100%.
So one thing I want to talk about you with is food. I know you're a big foodie.
Oh,
You know, when we do the Roo
love
streams
it.
and stuff, you want the Hell's Kitchen in there.
Oh, love it. I'm a big Hell's
Tell us,
Kitchen
give us
man, you
some
know.
food background.
Oh, well, to be quite honest with you, Albo, I'm a sucker for Chinese takeaway.
Okay.
Absolute sucker for Chinese takeaway. Now, I don't know if you have. This is apparently just a UK thing. So obviously you've got pizza boxes, right?
Yep.
Okay. So the Chinese takeaways here, they do something called a munchie box. You ever heard of that?
No.
A munchie box is basically, so obviously you get your Chinese condiments and all that, your food that you get. So basically what it is, it's a pizza box, so a big 20-inch pizza box filled to the brim with Chinese food.
No
There's no
way.
pizza in it. It's just what they use to put. So you'll get everything in it. That's my favorite, takeaway. But to be quite honest with you, I've been trying to obviously, being a full-time gamer, you need to remember to stay active in that. And
Yep.
I've noticed being on, eating all that food's great, but you do need to stay active, and that can play a big part in like your kind of mental side of things
100%.
as well. So I have noticed, like, even if I'm going to the gym and doing like a power walk on the treadmill, like after a stream, and eating well, eating healthy, just makes you feel better and it puts you in a better place. So I do quite a lot of cooking at home now. I love it. That's another thing that I really, really want to do, and it's something that me and Ghost have talked about. So I think doing like a co-stream one day and having in the streams in the kitchens, like his kitchen, my kitchen over here.
Insane.
And giving each other both recipes to do and then cooking it on stream.
Such good content.
Do you know what I mean? It'd be fun, I'd really, really love to do that. But right now I'm being very strict with my food, and I have my poached eggs in the morning on one slice of toast. A rasher of bacon, and that's strict. Every morning I have that. And,
you almost sound depressed talking about how it's only,
devastated. I'd love a bit of leftover pizza in the morning, but there's none of that anymore. None of that.
Oh yeah, man, no, you're right, dude. Like obviously, so I just started a diet not long ago. I'm down 20 pounds. So like,
oh wow,
the change in my mental state, bro, from before when I was eating garbage and like working like insane hours, so I would just eat whatever, right? And then I was like, no, I got to do something. My wedding's this year. I'm gonna lose some weight, so I'm working on it now. My goal, and I'm down 20, and like my mind and my just how I feel, man. Like even when I'm at work, bro. You walk
down the street different.
100%, dude. People talk to you, and like before, I would get irritated easy, and now I'm just like, whatever, bro. It's cool.
Like you see me, I'm like, you see me walking down the street. You're like, yeah. You gotta look good for that wedding photo.
Yeah, you got to, right? And it's just like you said, you got to be healthy anyways. It's good for the mental and physical well-being of your body, right? So 100% agree, man. Can't agree more.
100%. That's what I've just been focusing on. It's hard as well. I got myself, just as Christmas was coming up, I was in a fantastic place. I just started getting back in the gym. I was going every night. I was eating so well. And then, boom, Christmas Day, positive COVID test. I was like, brilliant. So that was me locked in the house and couldn't do anything. Bar stream, which I did, when I was feeling better. But getting back again in that state of mind, where you're going every day, you're eating well. It's too easy when you are locked in your house and you cannot do anything legally to eat well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's easy.
So it's very easy to slip back into it. But you just got to remember, when you enter that frame of mind where you feel so good about yourself, you feel unstoppable, and that's why I think staying on top of a diet, and that's really, really important.
It is, man. I mean, like, even for your mental health, like, you're playing and the server might be laggy or whatever, and if you're in a better mind state, you're not gonna get so down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like last night we got a little bit annoyed, but you know what? I just started laughing, because if you don't laugh, you cry. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'd say so. I just started having a laugh, and I felt good that day, so we just turned it into an absolute bundle of laughs, and I think that's the way to approach it now for me, to be quite honest.
100%, man. You gotta go in with that like carefree mindset. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You gotta have fun with it. It's your career. If you're not having fun at it, then there's no point, right?
That's it. Exactly.
You need to be able to go to work, and it's not like, damn, this is another day punched at the job.
I know. I don't want. It's like clocking and that, and that's another thing that I miss about Verdansk. The old map. I enjoyed it a lot more than this map. I mean, I love Warzone. I feel like Warzone's probably one of the best games ever released.
Agreed.
And I feel like when they started putting games together, like this Cold War integration, Vanguard integration, that's when it started to go downhill. I actually heard something about someone told me today. You know how like obviously they aim to bring out a Call of Duty every year.
Yep.
Apparently they're stopping that now.
Thank God, bro.
Yeah. So like, see for like Modern Warfare. Imagine Modern Warfare. When did it come out? Was it 2019 when Warzone came out? Warzone came out in 2019.
Yeah.
And have that for 2 years, and they're gonna try and do what Apex do. Apex just do updates on the game. Just keep the game as it is. Don't integrate it. And I feel like when all that started happening, integrating Cold War and all that, that's when it started to go downhill. Bugs, hackers, and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, apparently they're gonna not focus on bringing one out every year. They're gonna focus on just keeping the game that they've designed, that's a very good success, like Warzone was, the same, and just updating it.
And I mean, like, dude, if you don't have a working good product right now, how are you gonna build another one? You know what I mean? You should just work on what you got, fix it, make it its
you
best.
gotta respect what they said though. That they came out and they just said, "Yep, we messed up.
Yeah,
we messed up. We know that. We're gonna make a better one. We're gonna start fresh. We're not gonna try and add to this one. We're gonna start fresh," and that's it. So the fact that they've fessed up and said, "Oh, we messed up. We try to do something easy," but yeah. So I've got really a lot of faith in towards the end of this year. I'm really, really excited for this brand new game they're gonna come out with.
Yeah.
Like beyond excited. I feel like it's gonna do streamers the world of good, and everyone in the world. I feel like it's going to be a great game.
I do too, man.
I've got a really good feeling about it.
I hope it's similar movement, like same movement, because the movement in this one is really good.
Oh, brilliant! I wouldn't want to change that.
No, I wouldn't want the Black Ops movement. I think that would be brutal.
Oh no, not for me. Not for
man.
Me. Yeah, that's not for me.
They need to keep this movement, and it's going to be hard to beat this game, man. Like I always say, with these contracts and like how this game's set up and like all the different things you can do throughout the game to make every game a little bit different is insane, right? So like, how are you going to top that?
It will be hard to beat. It will be hard to beat, which is why I feel like they've just said, right, okay, we're going to stop promising you this. We're going to take this year. They're going to design this new game, brand new game, fresh. I'm very excited.
I am too.
Very excited.
I can't wait to see.
I feel like, with Caldera, it's as if we went back in time. We're going back in time. So, like, we're cutting about with Modern Warfare guns in a 1940s, you know what I mean, World War II map.
Yeah.
It's a little bit crazy. So the fact it's going to be a new game, new Modern Warfare, all modern, it's all gonna fit well, and I'm looking forward to it. Which I think this year is going to be a big year for gaming.
100%. I have to.
Excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I have to agree with you 100% there. Before we wrap it up, KB, I got one last question for you.
Of course.
This year, we're still kind of fresh in the year. What are your goals? What goals have you set for yourself, for your stream, for your career? Even if it's numbers or whatever, what goals have you set for yourself this year?
Well, quite honest with you, obviously I'm focusing on a lot of, off-stream content, which does include growth if you keep at it and eventually get yourself in the rhythm of it. I did set myself a goal. By the end of this year, I want to be at 20,000 followers, which might not seem like a huge goal for some people, or it might seem like a big goal, too big a goal, but I don't really focus on the off-stream content, which is why I don't grow very quick,
Yep.
So I feel like I'm pretty capable of that if I focus and keep consistency in the content coming, So that's 100%. My goal, and my other goal is to buy a house, and I'm going to buy a house.
Two great goals, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a house.
I think you won't have a problem with either, man. You keep on the same path you're on, and like you said, with the offline content, can't say it enough. I think that you will smash those goals, man, and I can't wait to see you do it, and be on the same team as you, and conquer this together. And
100%.
I'm pumped for it, bro.
I think for RSG as well, because I'm seeing you take on, you know, a couple of new faces as well. I feel like it's going to grow more, and especially with your, you know, with the Rubet stream and that seems to be, you know, kind of popping off as well, you know.
Yeah, it
So I
is.
feel like even on that end of things as well, for RSG, I feel like it's going to be huge for their Twitch channel, and yeah, I just feel like it's going to be a really good year for everyone. So, and
100%,
I'm
man.
happy to be a part of it, and I want to be on more Rubets. I'm going to make time now.
Bro, you just let me know. No pressure. Just let me know.
I'm
And
gonna pin my eyes open. I'm gonna pin my eyes open. Okay.
anytime you're feeling the energy, bro, you let me know and you're in there.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, because I love being a part of it.
Awesome, bro. All right, we're gonna end it here. Everyone listening or watching right now, thank you guys very much. KB, thank you so much for being on here. Appreciate it, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you. We're gonna have to do it again soon. Till next week, guys. We'll be back with another podcast. Reed's gonna drop his socials on the screen right now. Make sure you follow and like his stuff. This man's an absolute demon, guys. You're gonna love his content. Appreciate each and every one of you again. Thank you again, KB.
Thank you, guys. Much love, guys.
Peace, guys.